Hello, Simplifiers. Diana Simplifies. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. We are in my bathroom this week. We're going to skip the tub and shower, and we're just going to do the toilet. And I'm going to dust this. I've got my lint-free cloth that I like to use. I'm going to dust the light fixture. I'm going to dust the blinds behind me. I've got a couple pictures over here I'm going to dust, or actually three. I'm going to dust the blinds. I'm going to dust the windowsill. I'm going to clean the window and the mirror. Jasper's here. He wants to talk to you. Also, I've got stuff on my countertop I need to put away. It's not terrible, but we'll go ahead and do a tidy and a clean today. Okay, Jasper decided to go outdoors, and I'm thankful. Okay, so this is just some Lysol. Is this the lemon? I think this is the lemon Lysol. These are refills, and I just put it in my own bottle. I water it down some. It's too streaky for me to use it straight, so I don't get the actual bottles of Lysol cleaner. I get the refills, and I've talked about that before, but that's why, because I like to water it down, not have it so strong. There's no reason for it to be that strong. It still disinfects. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got let's go ahead. It's good to clean top to bottom, so sometimes I do things backwards. Even though I've cleaned forever, I do things backwards, and I'll have this whole thing, the whole vanity top clean, and then I'm like, you know what, this needs to be clean, and then I realize dust is falling. So let's start up here, and this does not have to be perfect, but I haven't done it in a while, so let's make sure we do a pretty decent job. I see stuff flying, so something must be coming off here. Okay, now I've got these two smaller little prints here, and then this one. Can you see this? No, you can't. My paper towels are not in the dispenser, but I love this dispenser if I was actually using it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm using the paper towels today, but they're not in the dispenser. I'm gonna go ahead and dust that because it gets really dusty on the top. And then of course all this tile gets really dusty as well. So let's just go ahead and dust that off while we're at it. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some dust off of that. Okay, oh, there's another picture right here. I don't know, if I move things you might be able to see it. Let's go ahead and, bright light, we'll do it this way, and then I'll go ahead and clean, I'll go ahead and clean the blinds, same way I always do. I'm gonna just kind of reach up here where this is. All right, whoops, I just pulled that across. Okay, so I just always go all the way across, probably blocking the whole thing. Am I blocking the whole thing? And I like to just push, I'll move over here. I like to push this up. So make sure I'm getting the whole slat. So we had a vet visit today with Ranger, and the funniest thing happened. I ran into my sister there. She only has one pet, but she also goes there. So I was surprised to see her. She pulled up in the parking lot when I was sitting in the waiting room. So we went into the same room, and we've both known the vet for like 35, 40 years. So we were both in there together, just chatting. And he asked me how Ranger was doing, because Ranger was there to get his heartworm shot. He wasn't there for a checkup. I had him on heartworm pills, and he's gotten so weird about food because of and treats and everything, because of the surgery and how sick he'd been. He's doing much, much better, but I was concerned that he wasn't going to take the heartworm pill, or if he did take it, he might throw it up. He's not throwing it very often, but just, it's one of those things. If I spent the money on the heartworm pill, and if I actually got it down him, probably in 15 minutes, that would be the one time he would throw up. So I was like, you know what, that's a lot of ifs to me, so let's just, instead of having all these ifs, let's just, I'm going to do this right here. Let's just go ahead, and I used to get him the heartworm shot. It's a 6-month or a 12-month shot, and so I got him the 12-month. I got him the 6-month shot. I like to put as little drugs into him as possible, which is funny because he's on all sorts of drugs for the nausea and the vomiting. right? So typically I like to give him as few things as possible. So The 6 month shot makes me a little bit nervous, but he's had it for years, so I think he'll be fine. I had gone to the pills, but now I'm going back to the shot. So anyway, that's what I was doing there, and she was just there to pick up some medicine. Okay, this is my no, that's not at all what it is. This is my Flylady cloth. She used to, I don't believe she makes the small ones. I love the small ones, but so I got several. So all I'm going to do is dampen this and clean I think I'm going to clean the mirror first. Yeah, I'm going to clean the mirror first. And then, because I think the window is probably a lot dirtier. So let's just dampen this. And this just has some, just got some spots on it. This isn't that dirty. A rug down and it's tripping me. The rug is usually here. I'm not sure why it's tripping me today, but I've tripped on it 3 times now. Okay, so the traffic here is very noisy because we're right on the highway, but I'll just go ahead and open the window and just do this bottom part. Right. Maybe you can actually see it this time. Woo, that's a hot wind coming through that window. I heard somebody mowing and it was very loud, but I think it's in the back toward that way. I don't think it's this way. So I don't see anybody. But it seemed very, very loud a minute ago. Okay, so that looks good. Make sure that's. Here's the vanity top. Now I'm being real with you. This is what was here when I started. I'm trying to keep this more straight than usual. Now this is the cleaning stuff, obviously, that just got set down there. I was wearing this just bumming around the house, and then I had to go to the vet. So obviously I'm dressed much better. Actually not, but anyway. So that I'm just going to throw that down there. So I'm going to put that back on later. This was my sweater from church I never put up, and a pair of shorts I actually wore these to church, but they were under the dress because the dress was a little bit short. And then this is a protocol. This is a cancer protocol. It's a Joe Tippins protocol that I had thought about using for Ranger before I knew for sure that he had cancer, and then I found out the cancer was contained in one liver lobe and it wasn't all over the place. And so I'm not sure. A lot of the protocol is supplements, and some of it's stuff like CBD oil. I think I'm probably going to put Ranger on some of this. I was kind of waiting for his gallbladder issues to, his GI issues to calm down from the. I had asked on Facebook if anybody knew or if anybody had used the Joe Tippins protocol or knew anything about it. Joe Tippins had cancer. I believe it was everywhere. Like there was no hope. And he got on the Joe Tippins, he got on this protocol. Now it's called the Joe Tippins protocol. I believe a veterinarian or some sort of scientist told him about it, and so he had gotten on that. And so I asked on Facebook if anybody had heard of it or used it or knew anything about it. Nobody answered me. I have like 800 friends. Not that 800 people saw it. I've got a vitamin C cleanser that I use. This is a little Dollar Tree candle that I've stuck in here. Well, now I can't get the top off. The top's like glue. It smells really good. It's just these tiny little candles that just sit around. Anyway, I have not even been using it, but it's sitting here. But I am trying to have less stuff, so I'm about to use this soap up. So I got a new soap out, so I've got 2. This is an older Dollar Tree one, but this is one they're still selling. Some of these aren't that great. They're very watered down. It's okay. It's it's $1.25. Okay. And then I just didn't have that much in here. I have this I need to throw away. I just had some dregs of lotion, a Bath & Body Works bottle, so I'm going to throw that away. And then my phone charger, I'm going to throw that down here for now. And then I plugged this in to charge it, and apparently it was already charged, so I'm just going to put the whole thing down here. I do usually store my toothpaste down here, but my toothbrush, but sometimes I leave it on the counter for extended periods. And then I have this toothbrush also. I'm just going to stick it behind this clock. Okay, and then these couple little things I'm just going to move long enough to clean. But anyway, Ranger's doing really well considering all the medicine he's on, and I'm hoping the shot doesn't do anything to him. It shouldn't. I mean, he's had it before. It's just at this point, you know, I get a little nervous about everything, but yeah, he's doing really good. We actually changed him. He was on Benadryl, and he was just knocked out all the time, and I couldn't even give him his anxiety medicine because he was so knocked out. No, there's an ant. I'm going to spray the ant pretty good. Hopefully that will die. The weekend, and he did really, really well on it, and he's not so knocked out. So that's going well. So he asked me today, you know, how's he doing? And I said, well, I did go ahead and change him to the Zyrtec because he had mentioned several things I could try. So, you know, I'm just trying one thing at a time right now, but I think the Zyrtec has fixed the problem as far as he's not knocked out. I want to be able to give him his anxiety medicine because I'm afraid he's going to crash at some point. He's been off of it, pretty much off of it for quite some time, and I think that's not a good idea because I really do think his is more of a chemical issue, and it is an antidepressant, and usually with antidepressants you just don't take people off of it cold turkey, but because of what had happened I kind of had to take him off of it cold turkey. So because he was just a zombie, I was giving it to him some, but not every day like normal. So now I'm getting him back on it. He did not go crazy. He hasn't gone completely bonkers yet, but I'm kind of, this is really dusty. I keep kind of thinking he's going to just go nuts one of these days, but he hasn't. But I think the Benadryl had him, I'm just going to do this again because it was really dusty. I think the Benadryl had him really calm down, so that helped. So he wasn't, you know, off the rails. But I really do prefer for him to be less doped up and then also be able to take the anxiety medicine some, you know, just maybe not as much as, he may not need as much as he used to because he is calmer because this medicine he's on is calming down his system. But I also, like I said, I didn't want him to go off the rails because I just kind of cold turkey took him off an antidepressant. I just didn't think that was a good idea. So anyway. Okay, that's clean now. Let me just, one thing I like about this is mowing, but it goes back and forth like this. I love this because I can just kind of rinse this out. So I do like that. Okay, so let me put the few things back up here that we want. I'll put the vitamin C cleanser, the cute little candle, the 2 hand soaps because this one is about, there's just a little dregs of this one going on here. Maybe a couple more days of that. And I had thermometer. I need to just give this thermometer away. It just kind of bums around everywhere. I don't really need it. But let's see, what does it say it is in here? 75. Yeah, with this room just being closed, kind of closed off, it's just warm in here. All right, go back down here. I go top to bottom. I showed this, I don't know, a week or two ago in my last video having to do with cleaning. And of course, if you're doing the Flylady system, this is zone. We're still in zone 3. Zone 3, we've done zone 3, I think 3 weeks in a row now. Because first we did my office, which was the extra, the quote, extra room. And, all right. Okay, so you can see I have these little, these little things back here. Spencer was, apparently he was cleaning his bathroom some, and I would put the little stamps on his, and then he was wiping them off. I didn't even know he was cleaning in there, but I guess he was. Because I did sort of threaten his life, because he just doesn't do much cleaning, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm barely working at this point, so I am working some, but not nearly as much as I used to, so it's okay. I can clean his bathroom occasionally. I just prefer that he do something. He does the yard, just what he always says, I do the yard work. Okay, and that's not all year long. Okay, there's a lot of hair in here because Ranger hangs out with me, so quite a bit of hair on the toilet fixtures. So that's mostly what I'm seeing here is some dog hair. And I always just stick my hand down in here. I'm sure that's probably gross to a lot of people. I've got a glove on. I'm used to it. It just doesn't bother me at all. I just find it the easiest way to clean the gunk around this, the ring around the toilet. For me personally. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see, can't really see this down here, but there's a lot of dog hair down here at the bottom because Ranger is laying right there, so his hair tends to come off right there. So let me just go ahead and get down here. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just do this one more time. Just there's a piece of tape here I gotta get off. I had something stuck here. Get that off. All right. I'm just gonna dry it. I do just like to go over it one more time just to make sure it's dry. In case somebody were to come along and need to sit on it, it'd be nice if it was dry at this point. Okay. I ran the robot in here right before I left, but I'm still seeing little dog hair around here and on the bottom. Okay. And then I do have, this is a Flylady brush. I don't just love it. It's okay. And I'm kind of trying to avoid the little stamps. I'm just going to stamp over a couple of those. I just tend to keep stamping over it. So I'm using the lemon. So I've got like orange on the edges, it's pretty worn out. The pink one in the middle is worn out, and then the two yellow ones, I just picked this one up that happened to be what I picked up. Seems kind of weird, you just kind of have to keep twisting it around till you get where you want it. And then you just stamp it on. It looks like I went a little sideways. All right. I'll put the top back on that. Probably need to find the pink and redo the pink, or I could just get rid of it altogether. I could just wipe it off with a paper towel. Anyway, toilet's looking pretty good. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this clean with me, and I'll see you next week. We'll see what we can come up